Hey there, my name is Dale Sellers. I have a family of 13 kids. Yes, 13 kids. And yes, by the same woman. We've been happily married since 2000. And I just wanted to share my story. Back in September 2008, Hurricane Ike hit the United States. It was so powerful that it caused power outages even across the Midwest. In my home state of Indiana, wind gusts were over 80 miles an hour, which left people without power for weeks. Then 4 months later, we had a terrible ice storm in January of 2009. It was then I decided that I was going to do something about keeping my family warm and safe in a power outage. So I dug around in my garage. I found pieces and parts to make that happen. And that's why I'm here. I want to share this information with you and your family to keep them safe and warm in a power outage. Thank you very much. And please give to my kids, Give, Send, Go if you find this valuable. See how easily you can plug your gas furnace into a generator today to keep your family warm and safe in a power outage. Hey, welcome to episode 1 out of 5. In this episode, you're going to learn who this is for, who this is not for, who this will work for, who this won't work for. All the parts and supplies. You'll learn about the recommended tools, and I'll do some tool demonstration in this episode. So in this first part, you'll learn all those things. Let's get started. If you've got one of these tanks in your yard, there's a pretty good chance you've got a gas furnace and that this will work for you. So I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. If you have one of these tanks in your yard, there's a pretty good chance that you have a gas-fired furnace or a furnace that'll work using this technique. If you don't have one, that's not necessarily a problem. You might have gas, natural gas from utility. Hey, Dale here. I'm going to show you how to check and see if you have a furnace that you can run with a generator. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's my furnace, and I'm going to go over to my thermostat, and I'm going to go turn it to heat, put it on heat. Looks like it already is. So I'm going to actually raise the temperature. It's currently 68. I'm going to raise it several degrees so it'll make the furnace turn on. So I'm going to go up about, 5 degrees. 9. And you'll hear it fire up. You hear it running. And after a few minutes, you'll hear kind of a fire. It'll go. It's getting ready. Okay. Now you can hear the fire. Okay, so if you look up in there, you can see the blue flame. I'm gonna ask my assistant to turn the thermostat back down to 68, and we'll see the blue flame go out. Okay, the blue flame went out. So that tells us that this is a gas furnace. Mine is actually a propane furnace. Others may have natural gas, but regardless of whether it's natural gas or propane, you'll have that same kind of effect and sound to tell you you've got a gas furnace. Hey, I'm back again. I wanted to also show you another way to actually see the flame in a gas-fired furnace. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So I just turned the furnace thermostat up about 5 degrees, and listen carefully, and you'll watch right here. See the blue flame in there. And that is a gas-fired furnace. You hear that sound, that kind of sound. that will actually, another indication, even if you can't see the blue flame, that's another sign that you have a gas-fired furnace. Hey there. I'm at a local home improvement store. I'm looking for an outlet and a cover plate. So I found the outlet and I'll show you what I found. And this is what I'm going to use. And let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the first item. It's called a single outlet. This is what I'm going to use with mine. And then I also found the plate, the matching plate to go with it, which is right here. It's only 98 cents. Next thing I need to go find is the 3-prong cord I'm going to plug into this outlet. Well, it took me a little while to find the other thing, but I did find it. It's with the extension cords, and what I'm looking for is a 3-wire power tool replacement cord. I'll show you. So here it is. This is what I'm going to get. So a 3-wire power tool replacement cord, $12.97. Hey, I'm at our local home improvement store doing a little bit of shopping. Just wanted to show you a couple tools that would be useful, and pieces and parts too. Not necessary, but definitely useful. Okay, this is one tool that I highly recommend that you keep in your toolbox. It's a non-contact voltage tester. In other words, it'll tell you if there's actually voltage or the electricity in the lines without actually exposing yourself to the danger of getting electrocuted. So this is a really handy non-contact voltage tester, $16.97 at this particular store. Okay, this is another handy tool. These are wire stripper / cutters, $19.97 at this store. Okay, this is something else that I'll add to the shopping list. Is last time I showed you like a plastic wall plate for the single outlet. This particular store, I found one that is metal that goes with the one that I have here. So it's, make sure it fits the outlet that you bought, and you can just take it out of the package and just make sure it fits the sample on the wall and the one that you have in your box. So this wall plate's $1.98, and most furnaces have steel covers and steel boxes, so I'm going to go with this one. We need to also buy what are called wire nuts to make this happen. Sometimes you have what you need in the furnace, but it's not a bad idea to get another pack. They're only about $3, so let me show you what that is, okay? This is it. These are yellow, I call them yellow winged wire connectors. They're only $2.58. It's a small pack of 15. Really, you only need, 3 at the most, but this is the smallest pack that I could find here. Now we're getting ready to dig into it, so I'll show you just the very basic tools that are needed to do this job, and shouldn't take very long. Okay, here we are, the basic tools. The pair of pliers that I showed you on our shopping trip, I really like these. They've got plier tips and also parts for stripping wires. I don't know if we'll have to strip any wires. Well, we will, because we're going to have to. I'll show you later. And then the other thing I really like are these 10-in-1 screwdrivers, or there's 4-in-1, and basically it's got just changeable tips on it. You can take it apart. Hold it between my legs here. You can actually take this out, and you've got, in this one you've got like a star pattern tip, 2 different star pattern tips. But not only that, it's got a special shape here that you can use to take small screws, remove small screws from different areas. And with this little extra piece, if you take the tip out, it lets you unscrew, remove, and tighten smaller screw heads. So that's kind of handy.
So I really like those, multi tip screwdrivers. You can get a 4-in-1, you can get a 10-in-1. So I really like those. In the event that you don't or can't find one of those, just get just a pair of regular screwdrivers. So I've got what's called a slotted screwdriver, and it looks like the end has like a little straight. It's just straight, like this symbol. And then you also have what's called Phillips, which the end has looks like a little plus. So at the very least, you'll need, a straight or slotted screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. I'll show you the tips here real quick. So the top one here is a straight. That's what it looks like. And the bottom one is what's called Phillips. And it's got, if you look at the very tip of it, it looks kind of like a plus. And the screws that you take out will have look like a plus. So those are the tools that you need. And then the last thing was the one that I highly recommended, which was the tool that's used for detecting electricity or voltage without exposing yourself to the wires. It's a really handy tool. Not required, but definitely handy tool. Okay. One tool that I really highly recommend you guys get, I showed you in the shopping video, but I'm going to actually demonstrate it. It's a no-contact voltage tester. So you don't actually have to expose yourself to wires that are not protected, and it can actually detect if there's voltage in them to see if it's safe. So I'm going to actually give you a quick demonstration of how that works. So it's just a quick, simple test. I'm going to use the voltage tester and a power strip that has an on and off switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the voltage tester in one of these outlets, and it'll detect that there's electricity in that line, and I'll turn the power strip off, and the detector will detect that it's safe to there's no electricity there. So here we go. We just simply press the button on the voltage tester. It'll turn on, and the light will turn green on the end. Okay, meaning it's safe and there's no electricity. So I'll put this in the plug on the power strip, and you'll notice that even though the power strip is on, it's still green. Well, what you need to do is you need to check both the little plugs. So the small roundish one is a ground wire, and you don't have to worry about that one, but the two slotted ones, the two straight ones, you need to test with your voltage tester. So I'm going to switch it over to the other side, and I'll actually do it up here closer to the power switch. So again, on this side, it's green, okay? But I'm going to move it over to the other side, and you'll notice it turns red and it beeps. So it's saying that's got electricity in it. It's, be careful. So I'm going to turn the power strip off, and you'll notice it detected that there's no electricity inside this power strip now. So that's a real handy tool. I really love using. Just really useful for double checking things. I'm going to do another quick demonstration on wires. So I've got this little switch for this bedside lamp, okay? And I'm going to show you how it can actually tell if there's electricity flowing through this wire by just holding it up against the wire, okay? So it's green, and you make sure you touch on all sides. You go around the wire on all sides, okay? You'll notice the lamp is off, and there's no electricity going to it. So here's the lamp right there, okay? Now, I'm going to turn the switch on and the lamp on, okay? You'll notice the lamp is on, and I'm going to actually use this detector to detect if, okay, there's electricity in that wire, so it's dangerous, okay? So on this side, it's not detecting anything, so that's why it's important to go around on all sides of the wire with this to just make sure that there's no electricity in it. So that's a pretty cool test. Pretty cool testing tool. And what I'll do sometimes is just to verify that the tool is working properly, I'll plug it into like a power strip or an outlet in the wall that I know has a lamp attached to it that's actually working, and just verify that it's working. One neat thing about this tool is it has this green light on it, so you know that it's the batteries are not worn down on it, and it's actually not out of battery juice to make it work. So that's a quick demonstration on this no contact or contactless voltage detector, and it's a real handy tool. Highly recommend, but not necessary. Hey, if you like what you've seen and it's brought value to you, please give generously to my Give, Send, Go link at the bottom of this page. Thank you very much.